Alright. Well, here we are. Did we lose a house here? Looks like a house might have poofed. Uh-oh. This might not work if we can't get mind buffs. Hey, dare you. He's in a group. Can he invite? No. This is gonna be a short stream. Ugh. Pooch, where are you? Well, what do we got? We have Brandy. So I guess we don't need mind buffs. 213, that's so bad. Can we do it with that? With 400 mind buff? Maybe we just have to be really careful. What's the resist on our helmet? 80 kinetic. Alright. Well. We're gonna have a go. I need to drop some of this stuff off in a house. I don't need to be carrying all this stuff with me. I don't even know why I still have these. Why am I carrying my starter clothing? This. Don't want this. I'm doing it. I'm deleting them. Screw it. No reason to have these anymore. Okay. So That's it. We're going without mind buffs. I'll check the mall, see if we can get some better brandy. Chemicals, water and energy, structures, loot, spice and loot, swoops and stuff. Are there any? Do we have any muon or anything? We do. Neutron pixie? We do. We don't really need the neutron pixie. The muon we might need. Selling it in a crate? Yes, he is. I will take it. Clothing attachments. Anything useful? Not for me. Okay. We have any chef vendors? Chef additives. Loot, pups and artisan goods. Giveaway. Anything good on the giveaway vendor? Whoa. Holy crap. Okay, let's not worry too much about that. Do we have any chef vendors on the overhead map? Does not look like it. Alright, I think we should be good. I think we'll be okay. Let me just peek back here. Resources, loot. Condemned structure, so can't even look inside there. Droid syndicate. There are a lot of NPCs in these buildings over here. Whose are these? Kvaki's workshop? Are these all storage vendors? Be down here. There's one here. Offers. So maybe not. Maybe these are actually vendors? Holy crap. Rifles, pistols, carbine. Oh, these are all weapons. Heavy weapons, grenades, power-ups. Does not help me. High-end weapons, enhanced guns. Nope. Okay. What's this one over here? Jessik's Bazaar. Flora food? Is this just like... Yeah. It's not actually food, it's... Flora to make food. Steel ore. These are all resources. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's go with what we got. think I have any mails about food vendors. No. Alright, so today we're going black sun hunting. But we're not just going any black sun hunting, we're going swipe black sun hunting, which means we might get our asses kicked. But the goal, the long-term goal, is to have the swipe guild build a jetpack. And in order to do that, we're going to need a jetpack base, which only drops off of random black sun spawn. As many of you guys have known, I've done black sun hunts on stream a million times. It's probably like the one thing that I do the most on stream, but I always do it from my main tune. Now this tune has the same skills that my main tune usually has, Master Doctor, Master TK, so in that regard it's actually quite the same. But since this is a swipe tune, our gear is severely less than ideal. Vibro-Knuckler has a max damage of 146, which is not very good. Composite Armor has a kinetic resist of 80, which isn't bad. I mean, it's, you know, average quality grind armor. But all the other resists are below 50, or at least 50. Or at most 50, I should say. Which means we need to get our enemies into melee range, or we die, basically. To make things worse, we don't have any working entertainers in Swipe City right now, and the rules of Swipe prevent us from getting buffs by anybody outside of Swipe. So I can't just roll up into Mos Eisley and get mine buffs from one of the AFK bots. That goes against our guild rules. So we're going to be doing this without mine buffs. As you just saw, I picked up some Muon Gold, and I've got some Brandy to slightly offset that, but of course, since this is Swipe, our Brandy and, well, I guess the Muon is always plus 500? I don't actually know. To kind of balance that out. What are we doing? Coronet? Nope. Wrong. Corellia. Coronet. Starport. EM4. Yavin. Labor. Outpost. Single. There we go. Trash ready for 2029? That's a bunch of people asked for it. It's already 2030 now. We've already been pushed back a year. Sorry. People just don't want to see it. What's up, Frelly? Probably put some of this on my toolbar. What can we get rid of? I don't need power boost on there. That's how you enter a room, except with a lot more bits. I appreciate it anyway. I'm just hoping you guys gotta keep me awake today. There's actually a chance I might fall asleep on stream if things go really slowly. I've been up since about 3:45 this morning. I had the very early shift at work today. So I've already worked my 8-hour day and now I'm here to stream and I'm tired. So entertain me while I attempt to entertain you. And expect lots of this. Because typically, when I get these early guy shifts, I like to come home and take a nap. Well, I did no such thing today. I have not napped. So of course, what's the best thing to do when you're tired and haven't napped? Get on Galaxies and do the most mind-numbingly boring thing you can possibly do. Black sun hunting. That'll really get the blood flowing. I didn't even look to see how long the server's been up. Oh, 20 days. Sure. Black sun hunting after the server's been up for 3 weeks. I'm sure we'll find plenty. This is a terrible idea. Forelli, reset the server. Oh, don't say that, dude. Do not say that, because I know one. And you know I know one, because I've done it. You know, when I said, Forelli, restart the server, that popped into my mind, but I didn't want to say anything. But you brought it up, so now I'll talk about it. Yes, I could reset the server if I wanted to. But I don't do that because I'm not a jerk. Let me correct myself. I actually could not reset the server. I could crash the server. That's a big difference. I don't do that because I don't want to ruin everybody else's experience and not, you know, be able to bring it back online and actually accomplish what I wanted to accomplish in the first place anyway. So, yeah. Not gonna happen. But thanks for bringing that up. But now I admitted it on film. I don't see why that's relevant because the devs already know that I can do it. So it's not like they now have knowledge that they didn't have before. I actually went and talked to them intentionally to tell them about it so that they could potentially fix it. That is what a good tester does. Hey, Kurgle. So yes, now everyone knows. I know a bug that can crash Bassie. You happy? Damn clicknicks. Hey, Stingray. Yeah, all's good. Just, you know, dealing with real life. Tired. Trying to work as much as I can. Start earning them monies. Start putting them monies away. I'm running a playlist with a lot of different music in it today. Unfortunately, none of them are audio balanced, so like you're gonna get some of them that are super quiet, and then the track's gonna end, and the next one's gonna start, and it's gonna be super loud. So I'm gonna do my best to kind of manage that. But if it gets too loud, let me know. Tried to hunt Black Sun yesterday, but didn't find any. Yeah, I just looked at the server uptime, and the server's been online for a little under 3 weeks. So typically when the server's been online for that long, you're not really going to find a lot, but you never know. Could it be worth having people look on Dath too? Yeah, absolutely. Kind of misconception that people always have when I do this, because a lot of people see that I'm doing this and they're like, oh, can I come do it with you? Yeah, absolutely. You could drive around with me, but the best way to do it is to split up. I mean, it's not really helping anyone find anything faster if you're just kind of following me around. So yeah, if anybody wants to help, feel free to drive around on either Endor, Yavin 4, or Dathomir. And then if you find any, just send me a waypoint to them, or the coordinates, or whatever. Or try to kill them yourself. Doesn't have to be me. But yeah, the more people we have, the more spread out they are, the better. And Kurgle, I saw you post something in Discord about doing it on like an X swipe tune. I don't have a problem with that. What's up, Mirkov? How's swipe going? To be honest with you, I have not been on very often. I'm not in control of the city. I'm not in control of the mall. Like, all that stuff has been delegated to other members. So I know it's not quite as active as it was when we first started. People kind of lost interest as we aged a little bit, as we matured, which is not surprising, because the longer the guild runs, the more like a typical guild with crappy gear it becomes. But I mean, it's still going. We still get new people joining, so it's doing well. This stream kind of marks the beginning of a kind of mini campaign that I'm launching for the guild, where we're going to try to build craft a jetpack. So that's going to require us to loot all the components. It's going to require us to do a Death Watch bunker run, which is going to be insane. You know, if you imagine Swipe members doing a DWB run, it's kind of like the ultimate test for us, right? So if we could craft a jetpack, that's kind of like, that's like end game. Like, well, obviously DWB is end game SWG, but it's like game over for the guild. Almost. And I don't want to say that doesn't mean like we're going to disband the guild or anything, but like that's the ultimate goal for this kind of like experiment, is to be able to finish the DWB. I don't really expect us to be able to do anything beyond that. Like, we're not going to wrestle, we're not going to be able to wrestle the Acklay away from whoever's AFK camping it. So yeah. So crafting a jetpack is kind of like the ultimate test for the guild. So we're starting the journey to a jetpack right here, right now, by trying to find some Black Sun. It's probably going to take us a couple months, honestly. Have I seen the SWG TCW, the Clone Wars Reddit post? I have, and I may already have a character there, but I have not played there, really. I just kind of made the character to reserve the name. And I had intended on streaming it the day it launched, believe it or not. I'm on their Discord, and I was talking to them and everything about it before they went public with it. Not before they went public with it, but before they launched the server. Unfortunately, I had to go out of town the weekend that they launched, and then I came back and I got sick, and then just a bunch of stuff has happened, and now it's been like a month or whatever, and I've never kind of gotten around to streaming it. I haven't been streaming very much. I think since January, I've only streamed twice. So it's like two streams in 4 months, you know, not a lot of streaming. So, who knows? I might get around to it eventually, but with this new Journey to a Jetpack thing we're doing, I'm probably going to be playing on Bassi a little bit more. Yeah, they had some interesting changes they made. I like some of the ideas that they have. I don't like some of the ideas that they have. Very few of the idea. Most of the changes they made, I would say, are positive changes. But some of the increased XP rates, and then also having entertainers give increased XP rates seems kind of overkill to me. I think having one or the other would probably be best. Honestly, I think they should get rid of the general everybody gets times 3 XP or whatever it is, and then just make it to that entertainers give you times 3 XP or times 4 even. That way, it's the same effect that they have now, but you're reliant on that entertainer buff for it instead of just always having it. But other than that, I read their entire changelog, and I would say 95% of the changes they made I thought were really positive changes. So it is something that I would like to try at some point. You recently unlocked Jedi and Basilisk, currently lightsaber XX43, but you feel bounty hunters are too powerful for me to be any good against them, even at full temp. What are your thoughts? Honestly, I am not the best person to ask that. If anyone in chat has any good answers, go ahead. But here's how I deal with bounty hunters. I don't. I make sure when I grind, I get no visibility. It means my grinding is very, 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 very slow, but I have not gained a single point of visibility. As far as I know, I have not gained a single point of visibility on my Jedi on Basilisk, because I've never used a lightsaber or any force powers near a player or humanoid NPC. So that's how I deal with bounty hunters. I don't have to deal with bounty hunters, and that's how I deal with them. You think that it's completely stupid for the entertainers to give XP buffs? I wouldn't say it's stupid, but like I said, it's overkill if the server itself is already giving you XP buffs. Like, they have XP rates increased like 3 times or something just as a base rate. And then getting a buff from an entertainer gives you even more XP buff. So I think what they should do, I'm not sure what the rate an entertainer gives you, but let's say an entertainer gives you 2 times XP in addition to the 3 times that you get. So now you have 5 times XP. They should get rid of the server giving you 3 times XP and just have the entertainer give you the full 5 times. So you're still getting XP at the same rate that they currently have it when you get the buff, but now it's either just default XP rate or with the buff, the 5 times. That's how I would have done it. But hey, I am not a server admin. Yeah, plus group bonus XP is a thing too. So you can like master an elite profession in like an hour. Maybe less, I guess, if you have the right party. And I'm really not a fan of bonus XP on any server. Especially at such high rates. Because if mastering a profession takes so little time, like you might as well just put blue frogs on the server. If I can go out and get Master Marksman after completing 2 missions, what's the point of doing the 2 missions? Just let me click on a frog and get Master Marksman in a couple clicks anyway. Like, it's pointless. I like when I have to work for something. That way when I finally get it, it feels good, man. I don't know if you guys ever watch Zero Punctuation, The Escapist, Yahtzee Croshaw, whatever the hell his last name is. The guy that talks really fast and does game reviews and he's real cynical. If you ever go back and watch his original Minecraft review, back when Minecraft was new. That's how far back we're going. He says something in that review about building... I probably should say. He's got a very good anecdote about games just giving you things for free. It's a little mature, so I don't want to say it on my stream. But if you're curious, I recommend you go look up Zero Punctuation Minecraft. His reviews are really funny, and they're pretty accurate, and that one is worth watching. Stingray, you resubbed and no notification? It should have. Did it pop up with just no audio, or did it not pop up at all? Oh god. Let me see. No, I haven't gotten it yet. Maybe it hasn't gone through yet. Oh wait, there it is, yeah. Can I redo the alert?
The Force will be with you.
There you go.
Always.
I manually did it. Thanks for the resub, man. Yes, Darius. Darius Blade. I want to earn my golden blank and blank. Thank you. Somebody knows exactly what I'm talking about. Are you heading out, Stingray? Issue seems like it's feast or famine most of the time. Either a game doesn't make you work for anything or it makes you work too much and that's not fun. Yeah, I agree. It's really, really hard to find that balance, especially because everybody's balance is different. You know, working too hard for something, for me, is probably... let's put it this way. Working too hard for something for you is probably less time invested than it would be for me. In other words, I would feel comfortable working harder to get something than you would, and that's okay. Like, everybody's allowed to have different, you know, preferences or expectations. Like, everybody's different. That's normal. So as a designer, it is impossible to find the right balance. Cuddly Muffin. First of all, love the name. Second of all, thanks for the follow. Even worse when they don't let you work for it. Damn time gating.
The Force will be with you, always.
Hi, Piss, dude. Thanks for the sub. Long live North Coronet Mall. Dude, I haven't been to NCM in forever. Is it still there? I'll have to check it out at some point. Oh, it's not? Damn. When did it disband? Damn Clicknicks, man. Might try it out for the crafting side. Never really dabbled in it, and being high XP rate and new server, you could work on that as Bass server. Before Bass new server. Yeah. Yeah, you've got years before that, dude. I'll tell you another positive, in my opinion, for the Clone Wars server. No new planets. You might be thinking, but Moby, the whole reason I play on private servers is for the new planets. Yeah, but have you ever compared a private server's population to, like, Bassie's? You know there are people that play on Bassie and complain that it's too empty? Wait until you go over to a private server. And then wait until you go to a private server that has 20 planets on it. That's twice as many planets as Basilisk has. With a third of the population. You will never see another player. Or at least if you do, it'll be at like the player hub. And that's the only place you'll ever see other players. So the Clone Wars, interestingly enough, has not added any new planets. And like I said, I personally think that's a plus. I think it was Dirtnose, one of the devs on there. It might have been him, it might have been someone else, told me that they were actually considering blocking existing planets to shrink the total play area. And as crazy as that sounds, I think that would have been a great idea. What if you could restrict galaxies to only the 3 starter worlds? I mean, a lot of people would complain. I totally get that people would complain about that. But I think for a private server, especially a new private server, that would make a really interesting dynamic if people can only travel between 3 planets. The problem they had with that is how many crafting recipes require resources from all the other planets. Like, if you didn't have access to, you know, Rory, and there's some crafting recipe that requires a resource from Rory, well, you're SOL. And it would have taken them a lot of work to go through all the recipes and schematics and tweak them to allow them to be crafted with resources from only certain planets. So they decided ultimately not to go that route, but I think that would have made things a little more interesting. I know that's probably like the minority opinion on that. What's the word I'm looking for? The opinion most people don't share. I know there's a term for that, but whatever. But it's my opinion. There are times that I wonder what it might be like if I decide to start a server, but it's not worth it. The amount of time invested, the splitting of the player base already being a problem, like, it's totally not worth it. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about it sometimes. What if you had planet availability tied to GCW? Maybe something along the lines of late NGE's control an invasion system where you have to hit milestones with faction power to get to planets and then fight for them. I mean, yeah, you can... That's the thing, like... Galaxies has the potential to be so much more interesting than it already is. Don't get me wrong. I love the vanilla and the purity of Basilisk. Stingray, thanks for the cheer. Been a minute. Thank you for the Star Wars and all of us. Midichlorians excluded. Yeah, the reason I've always been a supporter of Bassie because I love the vanilla experience. But man, I even pondered what other types of games you could play using Galaxies. Like, think of all the mechanics that Galaxies has that could be used in other ways. Ready? You want me to blow your freaking minds? What do you see when I open this character page? Besides all the numbers and stuff? You see these two bars here? You see this food and drink bar? Yeah, they have purposes, right? Like when you drink or eat, the bars fill up, and then when they max out, you can't eat or drink anymore. But what if we reversed it? What if we made it so that these bars are full by default and drain over time, and you have to eat and drink to maintain these bars, otherwise you lose health or whatever when they're zeroed out? What if we made Galaxies into like a survival game? Sure, there are definitely enough survival games on the market, but like, that could be done. You could make like a survival, open world survival game using Galaxies if somebody wanted to. Like, that's the kind of shit that I think about. Like, what could you do using the existing Galaxy systems with just a little bit of tweaking? That kind of stuff really interests me. You know, make it, add, excuse me, add some items to the loot table like raw meat. And make it to where, like, when you kill a creature and you loot it, not harvest it, just loot it. Maybe harvest it. Maybe you need to be a scout. Yeah, why not? And we already have meat in the game. All right, so make it so that when you kill a creature, you harvest the meat from it, you have to cook the meat. You know, maybe you have a tool, like a crafting tool, that's like... So maybe a scout needs to make a camp, and then when you're in a camp, you can use a crafting tool that's like cooking set or something to cook the meat, and then you can eat the cooked meat to fill your hunger bar. You have to hire a chef. Not sure. SOE tried turning SWG into an FPS, and that's why we're all here. Ugh. Touche. I mean, that's a good point. But see, it wasn't the fact that they tried to turn it into an FPS. It was so much more than that. They didn't try to turn it into an FPS. They tried to turn it into WoW. Honestly, NGE's combat system, in my opinion, again, this is disclaimer, my opinion, the NGE combat system is better than the pre-CU combat system. I said it. Pre-CU combat is spammy as hell. If the NGE didn't change the class system, if we still had all of this, you know, and we still had all of these, all of this, but we had all of that with the NGE combat system, I think it would have been okay. You disagree? That's okay. You can disagree. It's like I said earlier, everybody has different preferences. You'll never will there be a game or anything, any piece of media or entertainment that appeals to everybody. It is physically impossible. All I can say is what I would prefer. You hated NGE combat mostly because it was Twitch-based, and then they made grouping mandatory to handle things that were previously handled by a single player like a ranger. First of all, NGE combat was not Twitch-based. You know you could press Y to turn your cursor into a circle and then double-click a target to auto-attack that target. You at 100% did not have to constantly aim at a target with the NGE combat system. I think you got a slight increase on critical chance if you manually aimed. So like a min-maxer might want to manually aim, but then you run the risk of missing. So it was a trade-off. But there was still auto-attack in NGE. God, this... Can you freaking believe that? You know how many subscribers I'm gonna lose? I'm defending the NGE. That's it, boys. Stream's over. We've reached rock bottom. I'm just kidding. I've always said that the NGE had positive elements to it, but it had the negative elements outweighed the positives. Dude, we're not going to find a single Black Sun spawn, are we? NGE was good for making lifelong friends. You still play games with guys you met in Restus. That's not... I wouldn't say that's specific to NGE, though. I think that's just Galaxies in general. Because I met Takora in SWG... 15 years ago, and now I still make trips out to hang out with her every like 2 or 3 weeks. So I met her pre-CU, so it's not I wouldn't say that's NGE specific. I think that's just, it's not even SWG specific. That's gaming. Like, you could do that in any online game. But Galaxies is such a niche game, you know, that I think you're more likely to meet people and more likely to meet lifelong friends in Galaxies, because I would say if you're playing it, you're very like-minded with other people that are playing it. Obviously, that's a general statement. You take vacations down to Dallas to visit your SWG friends. You met a few at Celebration Anaheim. Dude, I would love to do a meetup at some point. Like, maybe go to some sort of convention or something and just, like, hook up with some friends or viewers or whatever. I like how you can literally see the grid of spawns on the minimap. Like, look at that. Like, spawn space, spawn space, spawn space, spawn space, spawn space, spawn space, spawn. It's like a perfect grid. Chicago next week? Nah, I can't, man. It's too short. I say too short notice, even though it's been, you know, announced for so long, but... What's today, the 5th? I'm leaving for Oklahoma in a month. I ended up skipping. I never made a March monthly update video, so now I have to make an April monthly update video and kind of like let everybody know what's been going on. And yeah, beginning of May, beginning of next month, like pretty much exactly a month from now, I'm going to be leaving for Oklahoma City for my 5-week radar training course for work. Have a pilot fly you out for freebie? I actually don't even need to. The work would pay for a plane ticket to fly me out there, but I want to drive. I want to have my car. I mean, I could rent a car while I'm down there, but I'd rather just have my own. Wait, what are you talking about? Go to one if you've never been, bucket it, trust me, it's worth it. You talking about a convention still? Because I'm sorry, I was talking about my trip to Oak City. You saying have a pilot fly me out to a convention? I'm sure at some point we'll go, Takora and I will probably go to one of the Star Wars celebrations. Like, we have to. We're going to go to that, what is it, Galaxy's Edge or whatever, the new Disney theme park, the Star Wars theme park. When the one in Florida opens, we're going to go. Like, you could be damn sure. Oh my god, we found Black Sun. Okay. Alright. Game face, boys. Game face. We got ourselves a spawn. How many are there? Oh, there's 4 of them. Alright. Okay, here we go. We gotta put on some more intense music than this. What do we got? This is a little bit more intense. Okay. Alright. Take our brandy, because we don't have mind buffs. Let's try to pull them one at a time. We'll start with the henchman. He's the weakest one. Alright. 30 meters. 30 meters is roughly the aggro range. We get 30 meters. He gets pissed. No? Is it not 30 meters anymore? We're 30, 29, 28. Okay, 28. We're gonna pull him. Good, he's melee. We're gonna pull him. We're gonna pull him here, and we're gonna dizzy knockdown, baby. Dizzy knockdown. Beat shit out of him. Let's go. All right, it looks like we got the henchman just fine. Henchman's no dice, no problem. All right, we killed one. Jetpack base, baby. Oh no, wait, those are just credits. False alarm, false alarm. Think we could just aggro the whole group? I don't want to risk it. Let's pull the thug. The thug is going to be the toughest one. Oh, great. He just ran. He's getting reinforcements. Oh, God. He's got a light lightning cannon. Don't hit my mind. Don't hit my mind. Okay, get him into melee. Get him into melee. Intimidate him. Alright, there we go. Dizzy him knockdown. Let's go. Okay. Oh, look at my mind. It's just tanking when I use these specials. Oh, this is not good, boys. We need those mind buffs. We need those mind buffs. We need a power boost. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Oh, I can't meditate while stunned. Can I sit? I can't even sit. This is not good. Be right. What do you mean, be right back? This is like the only part of this whole 2-hour, 3-hour stream where we're gonna have action, and you're going AFK and now? Alright, we could take out these henchmen. You're gonna miss the only 5 minutes of action in this entire 3 hours. Oh, you got Ents now? Alright. Alright, spins are not smart. We need to focus down a single hand pool. Oh god, this is so bad. My mind. We just need to do basic attacks, I guess. Screw it, let's just finish him off. Oh crap, I'm gonna die, aren't I? I gotta pop the Muon. You guys are funny. How would I implement Jedi into SWG, if at all? I don't know, man. That's a complicated question. I mean, the easiest solution is just to not implement them. All right? I think that's how most people feel. Is it due to the timeline? It's due to a bunch of reasons. It's due to the timeline, first of all, like you said, that there's not really supposed to be a lot of Jedi running around now. It's due to just game design and balance. You know, having Jedi is very clearly an alpha class, a class that's just supposed to be way better than every other class in the game. And MMOs shouldn't have alpha classes, because then you have god players, and that's not good for gameplay's sake. You would need to have a profession that specifically counters them, and it's like you would basically create a meta within the game where, like, if too many people become Jedi, then you would have people would start rolling characters of whatever profession it is counters them, which, you know, now is supposed to be bounty hunters. And then you get too many bounty hunters that people stop wanting to play Jedi, and then people stop playing Jedi, then people stop playing bounty hunter, and it creates like this evolving meta, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But the problem with the way Galaxies has it implemented is it's such an investment to become a Jedi that even if the bounty hunters start to overpower the Jedi, people aren't going to stop playing their Jedi because they've invested so much time into it that they don't want to stop playing it. You know, they feel like, why did I waste my life becoming a Jedi if I'm not going to play it? Create planets only designed for them based on lore/roleplay purposes and their normal class profession, so when they're on the usual content. You could do that, but then you're segregating the player base. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying that every potential solution has a downside or a drawback that you need to be aware of. So creating Jedi-specific planets where, like, you create a light side or a dark side Jedi, and then you're always on that planet, say it's like Korriban or something, and whenever you're playing on that planet, you're always fighting against other Jedi. That's not a bad solution. But now you've got people that when they're playing on that planet, they can't interact with any of the players that aren't also on that planet. So you're dividing your player base up. So that's just something to be aware of. Player base is already separated, but not like that. Like, that's separating the player base, like, on the same... Oh god, what did I just do? I hate that shit. I hit the wrong button. Stand by. What was I saying? Doesn't matter if it's not the same, it's still split. You're talking about... You're talking about it's split on different servers? Like, the population of people playing Galaxies is split among different private servers? You could maybe make it so you have to work really hard every day and keep things consistent so that you can level up and then be able to get the class, like you have to work up to it big time. I mean, you could make it to where Jedis lose skills over time so that a Jedi gets weaker, you know, every week. Like every couple of days, like a Jedi loses a skill. So in order to maintain a full template Jedi, you need to be playing constantly to keep up all your skills. But then that's going to piss off your casual player base who can't play the game consistently enough to maintain their skills, and now they feel like they're being denied the ability to play Jedi just because they're casual gamers. Or permadeath. You could cap the number of Jedi so that once a server has a certain number of Jedi, then no one can become a Jedi. But the problem with that is that you have people that stop playing the game. So what if someone becomes a Jedi and then quits? Now you've got one of those Jedi count towards that cap that's never playing. So it's like wasting a tune. Or you have trolls that'll unlock Jedi and then just never play that character. So that's a bad idea too. Permadeath, you have to be really specific when you talk about permadeath, because when I see the term permadeath, I actually misinterpreted it the first time. So when I see the term permadeath, I think like when the character dies, the character is deleted. And then you have to create a new character and go through the entire process of unlocking Jedi again. And in my opinion, that is a terrible, terrible system. If the unlock method is the same, if we stick with the village unlock method, then having a permadeath system that deletes the character completely upon death is terrible. Because since the village system is basically a time gate, like having to forcing players to go through a 3.5 month time gate every time they die is not good design. But there is the other version of permadeath is, you know, you still keep a Jedi tune. It's just like you have like a force sensitive character slot. So I think this is how it worked in live. And this is what, until, you know, like a couple years ago, I didn't realize. So when you die, your character is deleted, but when you create a new character in that Force-sensitive slot, he's already Jedi. So you don't have to go through the unlock system again. You just have to restart your Jedi grind from that point. And I think that's decent. I still don't think that's the best solution, but it's definitely better than having to go through the village a second time. You can make it an exploration date for the amount of time you can be a Jedi, or expiration date. So that's kind of how I think Raph Koster, his initial idea, if you ever read his article about Jedi, he talked about how his initial idea for Jedi was almost like a mini game, where you would play as Jedi for so long and get so strong, and eventually you would get so strong that an NPC Darth Vader showed up to kill you. And you would not be able to beat Darth Vader. Like, once that happens, Vader kills you, and you die. and then you start over as a fresh Jedi. So it was almost like Jedi was a mini game, and it had an end to it. I think that's interesting as well. I don't know if that's the best system either. Like, there is no best system. I don't mind that system though. I think that would be okay. Plus, harsh risks discourage players from doing more activities. Players are less likely to participate and be part of the community if they can lose so much by playing. Yeah, that's definitely true. Different people get more attached to the stuff that they earn in Galaxies. Like, I think the polls on the forums that you see of people asking, you know, once Basilisk wipes, are you going to continue playing? I think those polls are very telling, because most players, myself included, understand that this is just a game and that nothing you earn in this game is permanent. So when Basilisk wipes and we lose everything and have to start over, it's no big deal. We start over, we have fun getting everything back again. But there are people out there that are so attached to things that when Basilisk wipes, like, that's it. They're done playing because they can't believe they just lost everything that they've earned. And it's just worth knowing that those people exist. So if you ever create a system that is like expiration timer or something like that on it, then those players would never go for it and they would feel cheated. Yes, Stingray, you can post a link, and no, I did not get anything good, but there's more right here. Is this the same? This is a different group. Did that spawn just get replaced by a different spawn? Holy shit. And it's another 4 group. Of course, we're in our Muon Downer right now. This is a different group. 3 thugs and a guard. But no, we didn't get anything good. You said only 5 minutes of action, your body isn't ready? I'm sorry. 3 thugs and a guard sounds like a terrible film title. I don't know, man. Depends on what you're into. Stingray, what is the link you posted? Because I'm not gonna click it right now. Oh, we got a DLT-20 rifle! Alright, this guard might give us a problem. Wampas? Oh, is that the celebration thing? Yeah, I'll watch it later. I really did not want... Oh, screw it. We gotta take this Muon. We need the extra mind power. Okay, you can move now. I don't understand. I get random invites to play games on Steam from random people. They're games I don't even have. So I don't know why these people are inviting me to play games. Oh, we got a dud firework! Hype! Spent 2 hours yesterday, only found 1 group. It's luck of the draw, man. I mean, I'm just clearly better at Galaxies than you. Because I'm popular. Get good. Right? That's what the kids are saying these days, right? Get good. Ugh. His weapons aren't even good. Rip. Rip in pepperonis. I gotta start deleting stuff. Otherwise I'm gonna run out of inventory room. Dinner time? Alright, Ferrelli, I'll see you later. Firework is like a jetpack for a hamster, so mission accomplished. I guess that's one way to look at it. I don't think we're being able to kill this group before our Muon gold runs out, and then we're going to be stuck with a downer. We gotta be very careful with our timing. Might be able to get another sip of brandy in at some point. Do we have more brandy, or is this it? Okay, we got a crate. Alright. So we're good there. Junk. Spice is bad, okay? Don't do spice. Spice is bad, okay? Dude, it's funny you quoted that. As I was leaving work, I had to hang out at work for like a half hour today before I could leave. At the end of my shift, like they didn't need me to do anything, but it was too early for me to leave, so I just had to hang out in the break room for like a half hour at the end of my shift. And wouldn't you know, the freaking South Park movie was on. We were watching the South Park movie at work. Probably should be talking about this. It's probably... I mean, we were watching American Pickers at work. Can you believe it? American Pickers? What? Nothing bad. Unless you don't like American Pickers. History, by the way. It is. It's supposed to be History Channel. I guess they talk a little bit about history whenever they buy something. But yeah, it's I guess you could consider it a bit of a stretch. Is this guy fighting, or is he just kind of standing there? There we go. Uh-oh. It's 3-on-1. We should be fine. Oh god! No, 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 we should be fine. Why not spin? Because spinning doesn't focus a particular mine or a particular hand pool. I actually think I kill them a lot quicker if I just do single target and focus on a single of their pools to take them out one at a time faster than I would take them out all at once. Bracer? Did I get a bracer? No. Don't tease me like that, bro. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it was initially special attack cost, but with the Muon and with the third sip of brandy, I'm actually not draining my mind as much as I was before. It's just more about time to kill now. Yeah, because when you do the spin attack, it hits a random pool. So you might, over time, end up doing twice as much damage to a single target than you need to kill it. And I hate doing that. Yeah. We're not getting anything, guys. And we're about to hit our downer. 2 minutes left. The next one is going to drop a legendary. I don't want a legendary. I want a jetpack base. I want a legendary jetpack base. Can that happen? Is that a thing? A legendary dud firework? I would keep that. Dude, how much would a legendary jetpack base sell for? Probably not a lot. Time until downer. Oh, less than a minute. Alright, this is not good. This is no bueno. Can we take another sip of brandy? Not yet. How about yellow scripting? I'm not sure what yellow scripting is. I'm guessing that's just so you script it so any item name is yellow. Could be wrong. Don't know. Downer in 20 seconds. Your understanding is that any non-junk item can potentially be legendary? But what do you know? I don't know, if only we had a QA member in chat. Oh, he said dinner time. And there it goes. There goes the Muon. So now we're extremely weak and fragile for 2 minutes. That's not too bad. Just back off a little bit, just in case. Because that freaking guard is going to respawn first, and then the 2 thugs are going to respawn shortly behind. Alright, so we got the guard and... Oh look, all 3 of them respawn at basically the same time. We got a minute left, I'm just gonna wait. Okay. Negative effects have passed. Engage. I'm gonna kill off the weaker ones first. Okay, no, this is, we can't do this. We need them in melee range. Okay, good. Alright, let's do the experiment. Let's spin them and see if it takes less time. Oops. So see how this guy, like all 3 of his health bars are going down at pretty much the same rate? So his health, action, and mind. Health and action quicker than mind. But see how his health and action are pretty much going down at exactly the same speed? That means by the time this guy dies, I will have done twice as much damage to him than needed to kill him. Now, that is definitely offset by the fact that I'm also doing damage to this guy, so I guess it nets about the same. Right? Because if I'm doing twice as much damage to 2 people, then that means it ends up being the same amount of damage over time. I guess it doesn't make a difference. No, no bracer. Base, base, base. It's all about that base, no bracer. Hello? There we go. Nothing. Nothing again. Was that the 3rd spawn or 2nd? That was the 3rd, wasn't it? We're done now. Shoot. Someone confirm that. I'm not 100% sure that was the 3rd spawn. Does anyone know? Was anyone paying more attention to the game that I'm playing than me? I was hoping to see something else spawn here, just so I know, but... game is not being kind to us today. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna wait like 1 more minute just to be sure. Do I have an extra swoop? I do. Yeah, that's gotta be it. That first thug would have respawned by now. Alright, let's move on. Alright, Stingray. Have a good one. I'll be streaming a little bit over the weekend as well. Probably either, if I'm not on tomorrow, probably Sunday night. Oh, there's more. Nope, those are clicknicks. Drat. Skeletor is your daddy. Every time you see me streaming this, it makes you miss the golden days of MMOs. Yeah. I mean, as great as it is playing this game again on the emulator, the population just doesn't make it quite the same. We would need like the tens of thousands of players that we had back then. It would be something. You know what I miss the most about this game, though, even more than the population? The freaking mystery. I hate that we now have a much deeper understanding of the mechanics. Because it allows for people to get super competitive and super min-maxy. When I mean, people were always competitive and people always thought that they were min-maxing. But since we've basically reverse engineered the entire game, we now know exactly how everything works. And that takes away a lot of the mystery. And I miss that. You know, there was a time where you might have two weapons, and one of them might have a higher attack value, and one of them have a faster speed. And you would sit there and you would look at them, and you would be like, well, do I want to go with the higher attack power, or do I want to go with the faster speed? Like, I don't know quite which is better. I'm going to go with this one, because it looks cooler. But now that we know, we have all the formulas and stuff as to like how combat numbers are calculated, you just go to a website, punch those numbers into a calculator, and it'll tell you which one has the higher DPS, and that's the one you go with. Unless you don't care about min-maxing, then you just go with the cool one anyway, like me. But then people tell you that you're playing the game wrong because you're not going with the most high DPS weapon. Basically, we were ignorant, yeah. And you know what they say? Ignorance is bliss. I still miss it. Is it nap time yet? How much time we got left in our buffs? An hour and 20 minutes? What? Apparently somebody followed and we didn't get a notification for it. So here it is.
Thanks, my young friend.
Mac and Cheese, thanks for the follow. Late on the alert. I don't know why it didn't go off. That's the second alert today that hasn't worked for some reason. But other people's are working, so it's not totally broken. It's just sometimes broken. I don't understand it. It's sad how this is not the blueprint for MMOs. WoW fucked it up. As great of a game as this is, and obviously I love it because I'm still playing it, I don't know that a game like this could succeed on today's market. Unfortunately, it's just it's dated. Like, even if you were to keep the gameplay all the same and make like an HD remake with better graphics and like 4K ultra HD textures, post processing and everything, like, the game's far too grindy. People, it would not be as successful as we would want it to be. I don't know that WoW changed the market. I just think gamers have changed in general. Everybody is more about instant gratification. We want that ding level up experience after turning in a quest. I say we loosely, like generally. We gamers. Gamers in general, and obviously there are exceptions to this, so not everybody falls into this category, but gamers in general want, like I said, instant gratification, instant reward. They don't want to spend weeks grinding and not get like something amazing. I don't know. I'm kind of talking out my ass right now. I'm tired. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I agree with you. Like, it's the market has changed, but I don't know that it's WoW's fault in particular. I think it's just gaming overall. Like, other games have done the same thing. Call of Duty and I don't know. Gaming sucks, man. I haven't played BDO. I have a friend who plays it pretty regularly, but when he plays it, the only reason he plays it, he tells me, is because he can like tell it to do something, and the game will basically play itself while he's doing other stuff. Like, I guess if he's got to like take goods to a market somewhere, he can like tell his caravan to go from point A to point B, and like it'll take hours to get there. So he just like tabs out and does something else while that's playing itself in the background. So I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if there's more to the game than that. I'm sure there is. But that's kind of like my knowledge of it. Yeah, the community is why you played. So really, any Star Wars game is like that, man, because we're all Star Wars fans. We all love Star Wars. Whatever it is, we'll play it. The Battlefront games sucked, but we still got them because they're freaking Star Wars. Well, some people. I know there was a boycott. I got negative comments and dislikes on my videos because people were boycotting it. But anyway, you know my point. You see what I'm saying, man? If it's got Star Wars in the name, there's some of us out there that are just going to get it because we love Star Wars. So the community in a Star Wars MMO has got to be glorious because it's Star Wars. We all love Star Wars. SWTOR isn't like that? I haven't played SWTOR in years, but when I played SWTOR when it first launched and the community was great. I can't speak for it now, though. I mean, now that it's free to play, who the hell knows? Like, anybody could be in that community. Different time, man. People have changed. Yeah. I think it's just younger. The people that we played with years ago are older now. and a lot of younger gamers have taken the place where we used to be. Like, I don't know how old you are, but I just turned 30, man. I'm freaking 30. That's scary when I think about it. I was playing this game in live when I was 15. I am twice as old now as I was when I played this in live. First played it, anyway. So, the people now that are the age I was then are just a different generation. So I don't know that... You're right, people have changed, but I think it's more that it's a new generation of people with different values. And here's more Black Sun. What we got? A guard, and a henchman. Okay. What's up, Daxon? You wish you could be 30 again? Dude, don't tell me that. That's not what I need to hear. When you played SWG, there was no YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or mobile phones. Same here, dude. I played back then too. I played through the NGE. I missed 1 year. Wait, what happened? Let's see. I don't remember exactly when it was. The NGE came out. I continued to play. I think I played for a year or two after the NGE, and then I took a year off. And then after that year off, I went back and continued to play in the NGE up until a year before it shut down. Unfortunately, I missed Galaxy's last year. I didn't even come back for, the send away or whatever they did, that special celebration they had at the end for the closing of the servers. I didn't even come back for that, which I regret. I totally should have come back for that. But, yeah, I missed the very last year. So I missed the very first year, because I didn't play from launch. So I missed the very first year, a year in the middle, and the very last year. Other than that, I played Galaxies the whole time. You like HOQ? Everyone else here is over their 20s. HOQ. Heroes of... I don't know what HOQ is. Oh, how? Okay. I'm thinking HOQ is like some other MMO on the market. I'm like, maybe I should give HOQ a try. Yeah, I remember the CU protest. You got your 13-year-old son to play and you play together? That's awesome, dude. He's in swipe. Ah, no problem, Cody Muffin. I like helping people. I like sharing things with people. Quite honestly, I'm surprised I'm not a reaction channel on YouTube because I love sharing things with people. So, who knows? I had that one reaction video with that Vader fan film that Star Wars Theory put out. It did all right. It wasn't a huge hit. I don't know how my community feels about reaction videos. Every time I talk about them, nobody really seems to get excited about it, so I haven't really done it. But honestly, it feels like something that I would like to do just because I like sharing my experiences. This keyboard ad sucks. Yeah, that keyboard ad sucks. Okay, where's the respawn? There we go. The CU came out and you told your wife at the time that you would not be playing so much so we could spend more time together. You think she sent an angry email to SOE? Why? Because you're spending more time together? I don't know if that's a cruel joke or what. Oh, wait. At the time. So I'm guessing he's no longer your wife? I'm reading too much into your post, Daxon. I feel like there's a little bit of a backstory there, and I don't know if I want to dive into it. She didn't like you much? Why not? It's not very nice of her. You don't think kids would line up politely for doctor buffs these days? No, because that goes back to the instant gratification thing. They wouldn't want to wait in line. Why wait in line when they could have it now? Need everything now. Shuttles used to take 10 minutes. People used to gather around the ticket collector droid at the starports and wait 10 minutes for the shuttle. But no, we need things now. Gotta go now. Gotta go fast. Ah! Everything is time. Time is money. So I was talking about in my stream the other week, 2 weeks ago or whatever, that I just got a Switch, Nintendo Switch, and I got Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I freaking love it because all you do is explore. Like, yeah, there's like a main quest line to it. I've got like 50 hours logged in the game, and I haven't made no progress on the main story at all because I just like doing my own thing, taking my time. I'm surprised that game was so successful, considering how not hand-holdy it is. But, I mean, I guess there is still a little audience out there for games like that. After you split, she went on Prozac. She's much nicer now. I mean, I guess that's good. I don't know if I'd be talking to her, though. That's just me. 2 minutes on my Muon. We're gonna have to deal with another downer. 2 kids? Yeah, you do kind of have to talk. Alright, we got just over an hour left on our dock buffs. Oh boy, there's the downer. Alright. Yeah, we need to wait this out. Alright. We gotta deal with 3 now. Oh, we still have the friggin' downer? 25 seconds? Come on. Alright. I think this is the 3rd wave. I really should be paying more attention to this, but I'm not. Whew, got that mute button just in time. Yes, this is the 3rd wave. Thank you. Ugh. Every time I loot something, I get excited for like a split second before the text comes up because I don't know what it is. Like, I see that there's an extra line of text there, so I'm like, yes, I looted something, and then it's a piece of junk, and I'm like, crap. Well, we looted almost 5,000 credits since we've started, so that's something. It's nothing to shake a stick at for a swipe tune. Nothing. What a shame. It's like gambling, man. It's such a disappointment when you don't get what you want. Nothing. Oh well. Moving on. Well, I will admit, we found quite a few more groups so far than I thought we would find. I honestly didn't think we'd find more than one group, if even any at all. So I'm quite pleased. Obviously, we didn't loot anything that we wanted, but I'm pleased with how many groups we found. I mean, nice to find one more group before buffs run out. We got a little under an hour. Yeah, 55, 54 minutes. Should have time to find one more group. And like I said earlier, hopefully I should be streaming, if not tomorrow, most likely Sunday night. So, I'm not sure what I'll be doing. Maybe more of the same thing. Maybe we'll play something different. I don't know yet. Have I tried or looked into Star Citizen? I've played it at a friend's house, just briefly, and I have seen some demos and some gameplay videos, and people have asked me the same question in the past, and my answer is, it looks beautiful, the idea is amazing, but I believe the scope of the project is way too big. If they can... I would be surprised if they can pull off everything that they are promising to pull off. Like, for a game to have space combat, ground combat, you know, huge explorable planets and seamless air to ground or like surface to space transitions and just like all of that stuff together. Like, I know, like, it looks so good, but it's also so buggy right now. I don't know, man. I'm not getting my hopes up for it. Like, if they finish it and it's everything that they say it's supposed to be, then I'll probably end up playing it. But I'm not getting my hype up, or my hopes up for it. They have the money though. That doesn't mean anything, man. There's countless projects that have been backed on Kickstarter and never like fell or never came through, like crowdfunding and selling $1,000 battleships in advance. Like, that's just ridiculous. They got Mark Hamill on board? Well, then that's it. I'm sold. Sign me up. I don't know. You know what I've found? I've found as I've gotten older, I've gotten kind of more cynical towards games. I'm definitely more selective. Like, my coworkers will come to me all the time and be like, hey, check out this game that I'm playing, and I'll look at it and I'll be like, it's cool, I guess. It's not really for me, though. Like, I don't know. Like, a game's gotta... I have to be really into a game in order for me to get it nowadays, and I definitely was not always like that. It's gotta be because I'm getting older. Most modern MMOs don't have huge budgets these days. This one does. Yeah, but budgets don't mean anything. I mean, EA has like a freaking bottomless budget, and all of their games suck. It's not. It's a combination of things, and I will say, a very important thing is passion, and I will say that from what little I know about the Star Citizen team, they are passionate about it. So that's a good thing. That's a plus that they have going for them. I don't know. I would rather not get my hopes up and be pleasantly surprised rather than get my hopes up and be disappointed. That's kind of my attitude towards it. EA haven't made an MMO since 2012. Thank God, because that would have been a huge waste of money. All I'm saying is that having a big budget doesn't mean the game is going to be any good. It helps, but it doesn't guarantee anything. And we're in our downer again. Yeah, I mean, I'm loosely following it. Like, if they have a big announcement or whatever, like, I'll check it out. If they release, like, a new video or whatever, like, I'll watch it. I'm not saying I'm not interested in it. I'm just saying I'm not hyped for it. come to think of it, I think Ace Combat 7 was the only game that I've been really hyped for in a couple years. I'm trying to think. What has come out in the past couple years that I've been genuinely hyped for? Definitely Ace Combat 7, and that paid off. Other than that, like, I'm pretty hyped for the new Ori game, because Ori and the Blind Forest was amazing. I guess I was hyped for the first Battlefront game until that came out, and then I was disappointed with it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hyped. I'm super hyped for them to bring Halo to the PC. They're bringing in case you haven't heard, the Halo Master Chief Collection. The collection that has like all 5 Halo games made by Bungie is coming to PC sometime this year. I'm hyped for that because I freaking love Halo, and I'm going to be playing that. But I can't think of anything that I've been hyped for. Java Jawa, hyped for what? You're late to the party? Just any game in general. Like, I'm trying to think of games that have come out in the past couple years that I've been hyped for. It's a sin that took so long? Yeah, kinda. At least we're getting it. I never thought I'd see the day, but here it comes. It's coming. You can be damn sure I'm going to have video series for every single Halo game on my channel when that comes out. Because I'm a huge fan of the Halo story. Like, I played a little bit of Halo multiplayer with my friends. I never had an Xbox Live account. So I never really played Halo online. I would, my friends and I would bring our Xboxes over, and we would play like LANs. Like we would play 8-man LANs with 2 Xboxes and 2 TVs, like 4v4s, and those were the freaking days, man. I loved that. But really, like, most of the time I spent playing Halo, I was playing the campaign. So I'm like, I know like so much Halo lore and all that shit. Like, obviously I like Star Wars more than Halo, but like still, I like Halo a lot. So I'm gonna see if I can't talk one of my friends into like doing a co-op campaign playthrough of all the Halo games, because that would be a lot of fun. We're getting no spawns up here. I think the planet is capped. Capped! Speaking of co-op games, a game on Steam just came out, Generation Zero. It's like that survival game with killer robots. I picked it up. It's only $35 on Steam. I played it for about an hour, and then I stopped because I want to try to find somebody to play it with and record it, because it seems neat. I know it's getting a lot of mixed reviews right now, but I mean, a lot of the complaints I see that people are saying on Steam are valid for a $60 game. The game is only $35. What we get for $35, I actually think is very well done. So I'm going to try and find a buddy to run that with, because that's also a co-op game, and see if I can't post a series for that. You only want to play MMOs, but there are no MMOs to play? Go play EVE Online. That's a unique, long-running MMO. That's also sandbox. I'm actually subbed to EVE Online, but I don't even play it. I just train skills. In case I ever decide to go back to it. I don't feel like I've wasted time. It's hard to play a single-player game when you're involved in an online community. How so? I mean, I know it's hard for me to play a single player game because I have a guild in Galaxies and they expect me to spend all my time playing and managing with them. But just being a member in an online community shouldn't prevent you from playing a single player game. Single player games feel lonely. This goes back to, I guess, that everybody has different preferences. I like games with good stories. Like, I mean, the Halo campaign, at least the first 3 Halos had a damn good story. Mass Effect, great story. There are lots of games with great stories. I don't feel alone because I immerse myself in the story. It's like an interactive movie. You think stories in MMOs kill it? Well, it's hard to have a story in an MMO because everybody wants to be the hero, and if you have an MMO where it's like that's what happened with the Old Republic. Everybody is the hero. But if everybody's the hero, then nobody's the hero. So, yeah, I agree. It's hard. Stories in MMOs kill it. But that... We were talking about single-player games. Weren't we? I'm confused now. Somebody help. You want to be Uncle Owen? Uncle Owen died, dude. That's dark. Are you saying you want to die? Yo, Uncle Owen was killed by Boba Fett. The movie wants you to think that it was stormtroopers, but it was actually Boba Fett. There's evidence to support that claim. Because if you think about it, when Luke came back, what did he find? He found Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's burnt, charred corpses, right? And everything was on fire. And then Empire Strikes Back, when Darth Vader is talking to all the bounty hunters on the bridge of the Executor, and they're talking about hunting down the Millennium Falcon, he gets to Boba Fett, and he turns to Boba Fett, and he looks at Boba Fett right in the eyes, and he goes, "No disintegrations." Meaning that he's not only worked with Boba Fett in the past, but also knows that Boba Fett disintegrates people. So I think there's more evidence. Oh, also we know Boba Fett was on Tatooine because in the special edition that George Lucas went back and, you know, did in the 90s or whatever, they added that scene where Han Solo and Jabba the Hutt have their little exchange in front of the Millennium Falcon, and Boba Fett's in that scene. So he was on Tatooine. He fits the place. He fits the crime. Boba Fett did it. Case closed. Plus, do you really think stormtroopers would be capable of that? Crime or job? I think he was hired to find the droids. So we obviously the Empire hires bounty hunters to help them when they're trying to track someone down. So they were hiring bounty hunters to get the Millennium Falcon. Why wouldn't they hire bounty hunters to get the droids that they were looking for? So Boba Fett tracked the droids back to the Lars homestead. Couldn't find them. So he killed Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru. So they were victims of a job, but they weren't the job itself. Collateral damage. That's what they were. They were collateral damage. Yo, can you imagine if Luke knew that Boba Fett killed Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru, how the fight scene in Return of the Jedi over the Sarlacc pit, how that would have played out differently if he'd have known that? You think Luke would have like gotten some rage and like tried to kill Boba Fett? These are questions we need answers to. We already know that Luke was already starting to experiment with the dark side in Return of the Jedi. He uses Force Choke on those Gamorrean guards at the beginning. So who's to say that seeing his aunt and uncle's killer wouldn't have, like, tipped him over the edge? Isn't Boba Fett in Tatooine in SWG? Yeah, he's hanging out in Jabba's palace. So sad how the new films turned out. Man, Skeletor's your daddy. You're a real downer, man. Talking about how gamers have changed, how MMOs suck, how single-player games are boring, how the new Star Wars movies, how bad they turned out. Like, you all right, man? You want to be Uncle Owen? That's like the saddest thing you've said all day. We're here for you, man. If you need us, just let us know. Everybody needs a support group. I feel like every time I talk about the new Star Wars movies, I get in trouble. So I'm gonna pass on that conversation today. If you want to know my opinion, you can go to YouTube and watch some of my previous live streams, because people ask me those questions all the time. Go look for the live streams shortly after The Last Jedi came out, and I'm sure you'll find some heated discussion. I think I had a live stream where I had such a heated discussion about the movie, I lost a couple subscribers because I guess I was telling people that their opinions were wrong, even though I didn't necessarily feel that that's how I was acting. But I guess I never actually rewatched the video, so maybe I was being a little too opinionated about it. Anyway, I upset some people, so we're just gonna not talk about it. Daxon, you haven't seen them? Any of them? Wait, you haven't seen any of them? Because Rogue One and Solo were actually good. Force Awakens and Last Jedi are subjective. But Rogue One and Solo you should go see. I liked Solo. I didn't necessarily feel like it had to be Solo. Like, if that was just a generic character and they went on the same adventure and the story played out exactly the same and it was just a random dude instead of Han Solo, I think it would have been just as good. But for what it was really good. And Childish Gambino or Donald Glover playing Lando, I thought, did a great job. And then Rogue One was just awesome. It could have been a little bit better, I think, if... See, here's what I want. I think it would be smart for Disney to start making different genre Star Wars movies. I know this sounds weird, but think about it. Why not make a Star Wars romantic comedy? Is that what people are asking for? No. But the idea is find like a genre that you don't normally associate with Star Wars and just make a movie of that genre set in the Star Wars universe. There's so much you can do with Star Wars that like they don't all need to be epic action adventures. I mean, I like epic action adventures, but why not branch out? Why not make a heist movie? See, I thought Rogue One was going to be like a war movie. And I thought Solo was going to be like a heist movie. And there are parts in Solo that are like kind of like a heist movie. But think about like Ocean's 11 level heist. Like, I love the movie Ocean's 11. Imagine if there was a Star Wars Ocean's 11 where like a team of dudes is trying to break into like a Coruscant vault or something like that. Like, that would be cool. Imagine like a Saving Private Ryan or a Black Hawk Down type war movie in Star Wars, where the main cast is like a group of stormtroopers trying to survive when they're left behind on a rebel planet. That would be freaking cool. Imagine if it was like a group of stormtroopers who get left on Hoth and they have to survive on Hoth after the Battle of Hoth. I want something like that. That would be cool. And I thought Rogue One was going to be like that, and towards the end it's kind of like that, but not enough. I should make a Star Wars 1313 into a movie. Little known facts. You guys remember the old game that came out for Nintendo 64 and eventually PC, Shadows of the Empire? That was supposed to be a movie first. That would have been the first Star Wars spin-off movie. I don't think we're going to find any more Black Sun today, guys. How much time we got left? Half hour. Yeah, let's talk about the prequels now. Man, the best thing to come out of the prequels was the soundtrack. It's a shame that none of the new movies have a good soundtrack. They have a couple good tracks. Like Rey's theme is really good. The Resistance, like March of the Resistance from Force Awakens is really good. Jedi Steps is really good. A couple of the tracks from Solo were really good. I can't think of a single track from Last Jedi or Rogue One that I really like. And it's such a shame, man.
Thanks, my young friend.
That font guy, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to the channel, where we have really deep conversation, deep and opinionated conversations about Star Wars. Lucas has always been terrible at writing dialogue. Like, that's a well-known fact that Han Solo... In the scene in A New Hope where Han Solo explains hyperspace travel to Luke Skywalker, like, Harrison Ford had to sit down with George and be like, George, nobody talks like this. So, from the very beginning, George Lucas has been bad at writing dialogue. Just checking out Twitch, but used to play on Basilisk, so there's that. Well, welcome. I don't stream as often as I used to, but I try to every once in a while. So you're welcome to pop in and hang out whenever I'm on. If you ever get a chance, they're very long. I think each of them is over an hour long, but it's totally worth it. You've probably already done it, but if you haven't, I give you permission to close my stream and go watch the Red Letter Media Star Wars prequel movie reviews, starting with Episode 1, then Attack of the Clones, and then Revenge of the Sith. Like, watch all of them. The Phantom Menace one is like 70 minutes long, but I'm telling you, like, they will change the way you watch those movies. Like, the stuff that he points out and the suggestions and, like, changes that he comes up with to those movies will literally change the way you watch them. Not necessarily for the better or for the worse. I mean, I don't know. It just makes you think of what they could have been and how good they could have been. Some of the dialogue was good, like in the third one where Anakin talks to Palpatine about the Legend of Dark Plagueis. Yeah, it's not like even a broken clock is right twice a day. I don't know. I'm really torn about George Lucas. Like, I think the guy is a creative genius, but I don't like his writing or even really his directing. Like, part of the reason the original trilogy was so good is because George Lucas had so many people to question his choices and his ideas and challenge him on things. And then the prequels turned out to be a disappointment because nobody did any of that. Everyone just thought, oh, George knows what he's doing, so they just went with everything that he came up with, and we got the prequels. If people had actually been like, no, George, Jar Jar is a stupid idea, nobody's going to like this character, then maybe the prequels would have been better. I said maybe. I don't know. But, like, I have to respect George Lucas because obviously he created Star Wars and I love Star Wars. So I don't hate the guy. I don't not like him. But, I don't know. It's tough. You don't have a problem with Jar Jar? I don't have a huge problem with him. He doesn't... I don't know. Watch the Red Letter Media reviews. Everything they say about it is how I feel about it. You know what I should do? We should have a stream where we watch them. That's what we'll do tomorrow. If you guys are on tomorrow, tune in at some point tomorrow afternoon. We will watch the Red Letter Media review of Phantom Menace together. Maybe. I don't know. Seriously, though, go watch them. I'll even link them for you. There you go. Anyone who has never watched the Red Letter Media Star Wars reviews, click that YouTube link, and that's just part one. It's 10 minutes, part one. Watch it. If you like where he's going, watch the rest of it. If you don't, then you've only wasted 10 minutes, and I'm sorry. But seriously, go do it. The guy talks like an idiot, but if you actually pay attention, you'll notice he's really freaking knowledgeable about film. Like, he really actually knows what he's talking about. Besides, I'm just going back to the starport here, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Hey, Red Huts, good timing. I'm about 10 minutes away from ending the stream. But how's it going? I'm going to try to be on tomorrow, and if I can't be on tomorrow, I'm going to try extra hard to be on Sunday. No, I didn't get any good loot, unfortunately. I don't think I can kill Night Sisters on my swipe tune. Besides, that's not going to help us with our journey to Jetpack. You know what, real quick, because somebody brought it up earlier, we'll talk about the whole, like, canon versus non-canon thing. Somebody was talking about how the Old Republic is no longer canon, and how since, you know, when Disney took over and they said all the old books and stuff are no longer canon. Just because they say that doesn't mean anything. You know, personally, I am a huge fan of the Jedi Knight series. So to me, the Jedi Knight series, like Dark Forces, Jedi Knight, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Academy, those games are still canon. And just because Disney says they're not, it doesn't mean anything. Like, who cares? People are getting upset because Disney is saying this series of events in this make-believe universe are what really happened. And these set of events in this make-believe universe didn't really happen. When both universes are make-be-fucking-leave. I don't understand the hate. Like, if you like this series of events better, then just go with those. Like, make that your own personal headcanon. And no one cares. Like, ugh. I get triggered sometimes. I'm sorry. I need to stop. Just breathe. It's okay. Alright. We're back. And we're back. Disney owned the IP, so what? It's make-believe. It's not real. How can they tell you what really happened when it didn't actually happen? Hey, Drewbite. Hey, Altered Bach. Why is everybody coming on now? I'm about to end the stream, and everybody's showing up. This always happens. You know what I'm gonna do? From now on, when I want to stream, I'm gonna start my stream 2 hours early. I'm not even gonna be here. I'm just gonna have a splash up saying stream starting soon. I'm gonna give everybody 2 hours to tune in, so that everybody shows up, and then I'm going to start streaming. Because apparently it takes 2 hours for people to start showing up. Yeah, Shamario, go ahead. You can post something. Like I said earlier, for those that missed it, I'm going to try to stream a little bit tomorrow. I don't imagine there will be a problem with that. I'm going to be home. I got to try to record some videos, but in between videos I might do some streaming. But even if I don't stream tomorrow, I will try doubly hard to stream a little bit on Sunday. I don't know exactly what time, either tomorrow or Sunday. Probably late afternoon into the evening. But since I'm going to be home and I don't really have much to do this weekend, I'm going to try to stream a little bit more. Let's see, did we miss any other notifications? No. Alright, good. And we're home.
The Force will be with you, always.
Taxon, thanks for the sub, man. Pooch, I don't see Mooch up here. Where's our dancing Bothan? This stage is looking very Bothanless. I'm waiting for it to just appear. Just kind of like apparate out of thin air. Like a Force ghost, just kind of... Oh, cable net down? That's no good. Alright. Ugh. See? Rogue One. Rogue One, guys. Go watch it, Daxon. Go watch it. That is gonna be all for today, folks. I need to go sleep now. I'm tired. Well, summary for today. We went to Yavin to do some Black Sun hunting, and we got shit. We found, what, 3 groups? 3 groups of spawns, so... As far as actually finding spawns, it wasn't so bad. I didn't expect to find 3 groups, but we didn't get shit. So, what are you gonna do? Try again later. Hopefully we'll have better luck. We know this is gonna be a long journey. This is a journey to a jetpack for swipe. But hopefully somebody, you know, I'm not gonna be the only one doing this. We got other members in the guild are also going to be Black Sun hunting, so I might come on you know, streaming Sunday or whatever, and somebody else might have already looted a jetpack base, so we won't be doing Black Sun at that point. I don't know. Anything can happen, honestly. So it's kind of exciting. Don't know how long it's going to take, but we'll see. Shamari, no, not yet. I'll check them out after the stream. So if you tune in later, next time I'm streaming or whenever, next time you catch me, we can talk about it. But I'm going to take things down for now. I got to find something to eat real quick and then lay down because I'm getting really snoozy. Yeah. Pooch, don't burn your data for the stream, dude. I appreciate it, but it's not worth it. Alright, guys. Thank you all. Thank you all for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see some of you later on this weekend. But that's going to be all for now. Thanks for watching. Mobius1 here. I'll see y'all next time.